All right, we are back and we are live, baby. We are here. The Black Malteser is here. Have no fear. Okay, so today I'm recording this pretty late. I'm gonna try to make it as short, concise, and juicy as possible. Okay. Today was kind of like a hectic day. It was one of those days where I knew what I needed to do, but I was avoiding it. Right? Everyone knows what they need to do, right? Everyone knows they should be talking to clients. Everyone knows they should be making the offer, closing the deals, shaking hands, and kissing babies, right? But one thing that hit me today was all the advice that I get tends to cancel out. And in the beginning, when I didn't know nothing, the advice actually helped me a lot. But as I was continuously in the game, in the arena, as they say, a lot of the advice is like, bro, like one guy's telling me do this and one guy's telling me do that, and they both cancel out, but both of them are credible people. But I'm like, why is it not clicking? Why is it not clocking? The reason why is because I feel like advice is just survivorship biased wrapped around wisdom. And let me explain on that. What that basically means is that someone won the game, whatever the game was, which was a different game at a different time, at a different moment with different advantages. And what they are telling you is the blueprint that worked for them at that time, given their context and so many variables, right? And for you to even replicate that is physically impossible. And I know sometimes the generic advice and the cliches do often work, but when you try to actually get advice for what you want to do, one person will say something, another person will say something. But that is third-party data. That is not within you. That is not within your capabilities. And who knows you more than you? Who knows your strengths more than you? Who knows your weaknesses more than you? Now, the big reframe is advice is just someone's autobiography. And if it worked for them with their context, your job isn't to find the blueprint. Your job is to find you. Your job is to run experiments, okay? Build your own. Do cool shit. Do random shit. Do anything. Really anything, to be honest. And I know I'm probably going on a tangent and I'm going off base here, but stop taking advice. And this is why I stopped taking advice. Maybe I will hear someone out, but I won't take it. There's a difference between knowledge and applied knowledge, right? Everyone is smart until they get punched in the face, right? Or the plan works until you get punched in the face. I think that's the Mike Tyson quote. And if you're basing yourself on the beliefs of someone else, well, you got a lot of things coming for you because you have no advantage. You have no uniqueness. Right? And it's kind of ironic because maybe this is like advice in advice, but just stop consuming things and start doing things, right? If we just boil it down to that. And if you run experiments on things and you learn from it, right? That's the biggest part, is what you're learning. Like, some people say they learned their lesson, but did they really though? Did they learn the right lesson? I always like the example of like making a soda, right? Like, I know there's a bunch of chemists in a lab. They're making Coca-Cola, Fanta, whatever your Sprite, whatever it is. And in order to get to that taste, or the taste that you know, the Fanta you know, the Coca-Cola you know, they had so much iterations before that. They had to make sure this much sugar, high fructose, whatever. I don't even know how to say it properly, but they had to make sure all the chemicals were put together in the right form. And how do they do that? they didn't just land on it. They didn't just come to a conclusion just mixing things up and putting it randomly. They meticulously tried this and mix match until they got the flavor that it worked. And then they had a repeatable process, and then just keep doing it and selling it out, and now you're drinking Fanta. But the point of what I'm trying to say is that you should be the person in the lab. You should be the chemist. You should be the whatever scientist with your life. Become a scientist. Live life as a scientist. Take experiments from a conversation. Break down, is this relationship really good for me? If it's not, then let me just tweak a little bit things. If it doesn't work, let me try this. Let me try that. And if you go into an approach where I'm going to run experiments instead of saying this is going to work or this is what's going to happen, make the experiments, learn from it, reiterate. And if you do that a bunch of times, you have enough first-party data that you don't have to rely on third-party data. You don't have to rely on these people giving you advice. Because when it gets to that point where you're getting all this advice, it's just going to cancel out. You're not going to be able to do anything with the advice, because one person is saying do this, one person is saying do this, and now you're completely doing the opposite. Anyways, I know I was on a tangent. I don't even know if today was a good one, but hopefully you heard something from it that actually helped you. And yeah, it's pretty late, so I gotta go to sleep. Alright, peace.